Happy Friday, everybody. TGIF. What's going on? Kerry Pope. And I just wanted to take a moment to stop by and do this video. Very interesting subject this week. It was all me. Shaq's interview, Shaunie O'Neal's interview. If some of you didn't see it, I'm going to play a clip from it today because it really touched me when I saw the video because I've always been a fan of Shaq for the years when he played for LSU and then later for the Orlando Magics and the Orlando Magic and then the Lakers. He's always been a big person, not just in size, but in personality. He's always been a straight shooter. If you know anything about Shaq, Shaq calls it like it is. But this interview I saw this week, I gained more respect for him. And my wife and I was blessed to be at his surprise birthday party a month ago. And but this interview, the words he stated about Shaunie and the divorce and marriage, it touched me because having been a divorcee, not perfect, didn't get it all right. It was a blessing to see a man who has everything, has the world, has money, has businesses, but he pulled back the veil and allow us to see that he didn't have peace. So I'm going to do this. Let's play the video clip and then let's come back and talk about it because I think it'll help you tremendously. Again, I'm not home. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, visiting family. Got a chance to go to Cleveland, see some loved ones. I thank God for that. Couldn't see everybody because my family is huge. So I'll be back, family, for the ones I didn't get a chance to see. I'll be back to see you later. All right, guys. So I'm not in my studio at home. I'm in my truck here. So, which is good. Sometimes you need to switch it up and do a little different locations to really make it more real, not just produced. Okay. All right, guys. So let's take a look at this clip and let's talk about it. It was all me, and then I want to see if you can relate to some things that Shaq had to say. All right, enjoy the clip.
I was leading up to saying, with the divorce, you controlled your life forever. You can't control that.
No, I couldn't.
It's two people that involved in the divorce, bro.
Yeah, but no, I never talked about this, and I'm glad you guys are asking because I don't mind talking about that. But I was bad. She was awesome. She really was. It was all me. I was just look. We don't need to talk about what I was doing, but I wasn't protecting her and protecting those vows. So, sometimes when you live that double life, you get caught up in. So I'm not going to say it was her, it was all me, because she did exactly what she's supposed to do, gave me beautiful kids, take care of the house, take care of corporate stuff. It was just all me. Sometimes when you make a lot of mistakes like that, you can't really come back from that. But she's happy now. She's about to marry a fine young gentleman, and I'm happy for her. And we have a great relationship. But as I get older and dwell on situations, I can honestly say it was all me. Because I was big time.
On South Beach
Yes.
in the Lambo, in the Rari.
Yeah.
I seen you a couple times. How your big ass fit in the fucking Lamborghini?
So, you
In
know
the
what's crazy?
Ferrari.
I bought a real one, and then I bought one that was salvaged, and I just super glued the motherfuckers together.
I seen you a couple nights on the beach.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's 7'1".
Yeah.
How you fit in here?
Yeah, no, but I think,
So-
you mentioned the mistakes and, often have the conversation that, because I've made mistakes as well, and that was how I characterized it, right? And I was like, these are mistakes I've made. When truly, as we become adults and now you get older, those are decisions, right? Those are decisions and choices we choose to make because...
I'm not crying either, I'm just wiping my eye.
You good, because...
You good,
because you know what I'm saying? Because it is, dog. Because it's like at that moment, that's what fulfills you. And I think also as men, sometimes we don't think bigger than that, right? We think about that moment. We don't think about how it affects the people that aren't there at the time, or how it will be seen if, as it said, what's done in the dark comes to light. When you've been so successful in your life, and now you said at this point, being able to look back on that, are there things from that time you would change? And do you believe if you changed them, you'd still to be married, or you're still like to be in that position where you could be with your kids and, like Channing said, could control those type of things?
The best feeling for me was coming home and hearing 5, 6 different voices. Don't matter if I missed 15 free throws and we lost, they don't care about that. Dog Man's home. Like, we used to play something called Dog Man. As soon as I come in, I turn into a wild dog and I chase him and bite him. That's all I live for.
That's not like the cat, Channing.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna get into it, Shaq. I'm gonna get into the nasty stuff.
No, I just, I just used to like get them and act like I'm biting them and
Dog, man.
yeah, and they used to love that. And look, I was just being greedy. I had the perfect situation. Wife was finer than a mug. Mm-hmm. Kept giving me babies, still finer than a mug. I had it all. Just sometimes and I don't make excuses. I know I messed up. And then, when I didn't have that, I don't like to use the D word because I don't really know what it is, but I was lost. 76,000 square foot house by yourself. Lost. No kids. Go to the gym, nobody's playing in the gym. You go to their room, nobody's there. You start to feel it. And then as you're getting older and then you hear, Shaq ain't Shaq no more. And then you realize Shaq ain't Shaq no more. You go from averaging 30 to 19 and then, but I said to myself, okay, you're not married, but you still have to protect and provide for this family. Get your ass up, man up, let's go. What you gonna do next? At the end of my career, I had a 2-year deal. I wanted to do the farewell Shaq tour and all that, but I got injured. And I didn't know what I was going to do, so I was just going to take a year off and be like, okay, what am I going to do? And luckily, I got the job with TNT and have been working, and things have been going on. But all the stuff I'm doing now, that's the stuff I wanted to do. I wanted to invest. I wanted to buy companies. I wanted to be on boards. I wanted to do certain things because, may not be a husband, but I'm always be a father. And the father's job is to protect, provide, and love. I have 2, I don't like to use the term baby mamas. I have 2 wonderful women that have given me beautiful, gorgeous children. I have to protect and I have to provide and I have to love for them forever. That's why I work so hard. I don't work for me. I got it all. I got to work for them. I got to work for my 6 babies.
All right, guys. Shaq really pulled back and he stated, as I matured, I have come to understand it was all me. Shaunie was his ex-wife. They married in 2002. They separated in 2007, I believe it was, and then they divorced finalized in 2011. So talking roughly 9 years of marriage, almost 10 years of marriage and 4 kids. And Shaq married her when he was at the height of what he had going on, really doing well. Movies, not Shazam, what that movie was he had out. But he was doing a lot of big things back in the days, a big celebrity, starting to really find his own. And he said something very key, and I want to really just dissect this interview. He stated, said she was finer than a mug. Said she gave me 4 kids, still finer than a mug. In other words, Shaunie was beautiful. So whatever Shaq was chasing was not as beautiful as what he had at home. He stated, I lived a double life, and that double life will catch up with you. And, in listening to the second part of the video, I lived in a 76,000 square foot home, and that was nobody but me. Go to the gym, nobody there. Go to the kids' bedrooms, nobody there. Shaq was sharing with us the loneliness that he had to experience due to his actions and the loss that came from it. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as a man hearing another man confess that it was all me, that he was mature enough now, because he stated, as I've gotten older, maturity comes when you accept responsibility of your actions. Now, does that mean Shaunie was perfect? Not even close. But what Shaq was saying is that Shaunie did not deserve what he gave her. He said, I didn't protect my vows. Now, some people said before, asked the question, is marriage still honorable? Do the vows still mean what they used to mean? Well, if you're going to make vows, the Bible says better to not make a vow than to make one than to break it. And we hear Shaq saying, you know what? I didn't protect my vows, which means I didn't protect my wife. And being someone who has experienced divorce, being someone who hasn't been perfect, you know, we have a tendency with divorce to do the blame game. It was her, it's him. But the reality is, guys, can you take blame for your part in your relationship? Because Shaunie loved Shaq, loved him dearly. And I believe Shaq loved her, but Shaq was so caught up in the glam and in that fame and in the attention that comes with being a celebrity and celebrity status. You know, I'm not on even close to Shaq's level, but Rebecca and I have experienced some celebrity status and of a small sort. And let me say something to you guys. There's a lot of things that come with it. There's a lot of temptations. There are a lot of things that you have to make sure that you're rooted and grounded in God and in your relationship, or you'll find yourself looking and being pulled. And Shaq is letting us know, Shaunie wasn't the issue. It was all me. Can you be honest and accept your part in the relationship where you messed up? You know, well, if he hadn't did this, I wouldn't have done that. No, don't do that. Or has she been this, I wouldn't have been cheating. No, don't do that. Don't blame your infidelity on the other person. You made a decision. She made a decision. He made a decision. But at the ultimate, Shaq said it was me. She gave me children. She ran the home. She ran the corporations. In other words, she did her role. Shaq was living a double life, and he talked about it. How many of you could be honest and say, Kerry, you know, I have a double life, or I have lived a double life, and it will catch up with you. Shaq talks about it caught up with him. So, and listen to this video, no matter the cars, no matter the, you know, the homes, no matter the status, Shaq could not avoid judgment, and he could not avoid loneliness. See, I don't care how much, some of you right now say, I wish I had more money. Or I wish I had, you know, a bigger house or a better car. Can I be honest with you guys? It's not in the house. It's not in the cars. It's not in the sex. It's not in the girl or the guy on your arm. It's about you being at peace in your mind and exercising, you know, exercising, being like what's the word I want to use? Exorcising the demons out your life. You want to go in and get them dealt with. You know, the demons of your life, the demons of your past, your errors. You know what I'm saying? You want to get that out of you, and you want to go and honestly deal with it. So many people are still making excuses about their ex and hate their ex because their ex did this and their ex did that. But can you be mature enough with age and time to look and say, it was all me. I could have done things differently. I could have been more secured. I could have been more loving. I could have been more understanding. I could have been more patient. Shaunie's getting ready to marry a pastor. Now, somebody said that's a big jump from being, you know, an NBA basketball wife to now a pastor and a first lady of a church. And trust me, she's going to have her work cut out, because there's a lot of devils sitting on the front row wearing hats named sisters in the church. And so she's switching from one role of haters to another. So she's going to need our prayers, because the pastor, you know, what's funny about pastors and being one, you know, women that, you know, unbeknownst to you, have already seen themselves walking down the aisle with you, being the next first lady, having kids with you. And then when someone else comes in and they're going to be the first lady, and they're going to be the ones that's laying beside you every night and you know, getting the attention. Women they are turned so quickly against the pastor in the church. So Shaunie's got her work cut out. Don't get me wrong now. Shaunie has her work cut out. But the thing I love about it is this. She never remarried. This is her first time remarrying since Shaq. And Shaq says, we're cool. In other words, he's asked her for forgiveness. He's doing his part. They have grown children now. She gave 4 kids. And Shaq is, he's made peace. What I saw in that video was a man making peace with his demons. A man making peace with not being the good husband. A man who's on his ish, and he's willing to say it was all me, and giving Shaunie her praise. You know, like I said, being a divorcee, I could say my exes were not always at fault. They had their faults. Yes, they did. But I had mine. And what I found out is, unless I did, you know, do the work and continue to do the work to heal, then I'm going to find myself in that same predicament, blaming someone, or blaming Rebecca, because who I'm married to, blaming Rebecca for this and blaming her for that, when the reality is Kerry needs to exercise his own demons. He needs to go in here and say, okay, I'm at fault. This is my issues. And maturity is what makes you own your stuff. It makes you stop wanting the person that hurt you to suffer, and you start saying, you know what, I'm okay. And you own your part. You don't take the full blame for what their parts are. You just own your part. And if your part was, if your actions caused their reactions, then you got to own it. I'm gonna say something that a lot of people really don't want to understand, and I want you to hear this. So you're in a relationship right now, right? And you talk about all the faults of your man or your woman. They don't do this, they don't do that. This person understands me, this person gets me. So you're teetering the line of cheating. You're already emotionally cheating, but you're teetering the line of physically cheating. Can I be honest with you, as a person who has been on both sides of the fence? When you finally get that individual and you have sex with them, or you finally get them, that desire or that wonder of what it would be like, it goes away, and you realize it's still just simply another woman, the same result from sex, and you're going to find out that there's still problems. They may not be the same problem, but there are still problems. In other words, a woman or a man cannot fix your issues. It's when you stop and take the ownership and the maturity, and you own it. It was me, like, with Jonah in the Bible, when Jonah said, look, throw me overboard and your ship would go free. Sometimes we need to throw ourselves overboard and free other people, because the reality of that story, when Jonah was in the bottom of the boat chilling, he wasn't accepting responsibility for his errors. And because he jumped on a boat that caused other people to suffer, they up there throwing away tackles and drawing straws on who's going to jump overboard and who's going to go down with the boat because the storm was so great, when the person who the storm was all about was down there in the bottom of the boat chilling. There's somebody watching me right now, watching people around you go through hell because of some actions and decisions that you made. Actions and decisions that you chose to do because of your weaknesses or your insecurities. I was a very insecure man. Very insecure because I had been hurt emotionally. And because of my insecurities, I put pressure on my ex-wife to be different things and be this and be that and prove yourself worthy or prove yourself better. That was not their job to do. It was my job to get help and get healed. When I heard Shaq talking, that's healing. He took the blame. It was all me. And I'm making this video to say, I had my issues and I got my flaws and I got my faults. And when you're mature enough to understand it, and when you're mature enough to own it, that's when healing can come. When and forget my stand for moving, guys. I'm not at home, so I'm having to hold this by hand. But when you are someone who's gone through hell, and then you mature and look back, you own your stuff, and you ask for forgiveness. And you keep it moving. And I'll be honest with you, forgiveness is not for the person that you're asking for. Forgiveness is for you. And so he gave Shaunie his blessings. And, he says, I got this wife and I got this family that I created. I got to protect. Men, protect your family even if you messed up your family. Don't let your children be punished because of your infidelities or your insecurities or your flaws. You got to man up and be the man that you vowed to be. And then stop punishing the children of your mother because she left you or she cut you off because you didn't get your stuff together. Ladies, some of you, just like men, you're mad at him and keeping the babies from seeing their father because you mad at him. Don't do a disservice to your children, because those children need their father. And so own your stuff. Own what you did wrong. Stop blaming everybody for your issues, because only thing you're doing is prolonging your healing. When I watch Shaq, I have mad respect for him now, because he basically said it was all me. She was a good woman and I wish her well in her next marriage, versus going, it won't last. Can you bless your ex? Can you give your ex your blessings? I did. And I didn't go, well, you hurt me, so I hope he hurts you. No, I didn't do that. I gave my blessings. And I meant it. Because at the end of the day, why should I be mad at you? If you can go on in life and find someone to make you happy and I can heal and wish the best for you, my daughter benefits from that. I benefit from it because I'm not allowing the anger and the hurt to keep festering to where it just keeps me in toxicity. And Shaq understood that. Different people, but do you understand? To my brothers, do you understand that the longer you keep being mad at your baby mama, the longer you prolonging your healing and the kids are suffering? Ladies, my sisters, do you understand that the longer you keep trying to punish that man and keep the kids from seeing him or making it hard when he does? Always in court for child support or always in court for, trying to keep him from seeing his kids? Come on, baby, let that stuff go. Well, the Negro shouldn't have hurt me. Well, he did hurt you, but you're hurting yourself and your kids more by staying on it. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but you got to stop and say, you know what, Carrie? You're right. I got to cut it out. Does he deserve it? Does she deserve it? They probably do, but you're not God. God is the one that gives judgment, not you. And the longer you keep giving judgment, the longer you're going to keep prolonging yourself. And you got to remember something, guys. Karma does not lose an address. Karma will find your butt wherever you may be. Trust and believe. What we hear Shaq talking is basically karma. I'm speaking karma. I'm talking to you. If you don't heal, if you don't forgive and let go, you're going to find karma knocking at your front door and you're going to have to answer. And I'm going to tell you something. Karma gives out more than you dish out. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm looking at you right now saying, let it go. It was all me. Own your part of the process. The relationships take two people, not one, but two. And Shaq probably could have said some things about Shaunie, and she didn't do this and she didn't do that. And had she did this, and it doesn't matter because it wasn't about Shaunie. It was about Shaq. Shaq was letting us understand and he was letting us know, I messed up. I didn't protect my vows. I didn't love her the way she should have been loved. And what I really heard him say, to be honest with you, I took her for granted. Are you taking the person in your life right now for granted? Are you assuming that they're going to put up with your bull crap because they love you? Because they don't want to be lonely without you? You think they're going to keep putting up with your bull crap? No. Somebody's going to wake up one day and say, the hell with this and the hell with you, and they're going to let you go, and you're going to sit there going, oh my God, I can't believe they left me with all the good things I've done for them. Really? You know that you're doing some junk. You know that you're hurting them. You know you're saying things and taking their love for granted. So when they leave you, you can't blame them. Consider this conversation right now a warning, a pre-warning to get it right before you end up seeing me in one of my coaching sessions saying, Kara, I wish I had listened to you because I didn't listen. Now I'm paying the consequences. Okay? Don't take your spouse or your loved one in the relationships or anybody for granted. Don't think that they have to do it because you're such a great person or you demand it. People love you freely. And when you take advantage of someone's love and you start to cause them to get emotional calluses from all the hurts that they've endured with you, they're going to one day wake up emotionless and say, I'm out of here. And you don't want that. You don't want to be living in a 76,000 square foot home by yourself, driving the Labs and the Bentleys and all these nice fine cars with nobody in the passenger seat, going to the kids' bedroom. I've been there. I walked in the house and saw empty rooms and it's just me and the dogs. Not a great feeling. But I'm grateful for God for the lessons I had to endure. I'm grateful that I was able to look in the mirror on my own ish, do the work, go to therapy, be accountable to someone and say, you know what? Does that mean that Rebecca and I are going to be perfect? No, we have problems just like the next one. But what I vow is to work on my part, to do what I'm supposed to do through therapy so that she can get the love that she deserves. And she does the same. And then, know what we do? We call each other out when we're offended by something that each one has done. And we hold each other accountable to correct it, not just put up with it and tolerate it. Relationship is 50-50. You give and you receive. But if you're always giving and the other person's being selfish and not giving back, or they emotionally unavailable, at some point, it's going to form an emotional callus, and that person is not going to feel or love on the level they used to. All right? So I'm going to get out of here, but guys, this is a great message. It was all me. Shaq is telling us something. I have matured enough to the point to recognize that I caused my marriage to end because I didn't honor my vows and protect my family. Men, that other woman that's trying to holler at you or you trying to holler at her, she's not worth it. Because once you get with her and you have sex with her, you're going to realize something at the end of the day. That woman is still a woman. And that man is still a man, and women talking to you. But most times the issues of our problems lie in us. And going to the next woman or the next man doesn't fix the problem if you are the problem. Love you guys. Happy Friday. Leave a comment. Want to hear what you think. Want to hear what you're thinking about this morning. You know, I want to know what you're thinking. I say more when I'm recording this, but maybe, you know, just today. Let's say today. I want to hear what you're thinking about today. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know your points, your take. And then share this video with someone. And then, look, for those of you that know that you're having issues in your relationship or your personal life, book a coaching session with me. Book a session. Let's work together. I work with singles and couples because I would rather you get it fixed now than to try to go to court and try to fix it there. Let your future be in the hands of a judge who's just going to say basically, bye, bam. And you being, no, you can fix some of this stuff, guys. It's fixable. Don't leave it in the hand of man to fix it for you. Call a judge. Book a session with me today. Click the link below. Get your consultation and let's work, because maturity comes with acceptance. And when you accept your part of the situation, then guess what? Healing can begin. TGIF, guys. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.